The world is a study in contrasts. It's a place where the extremes of wealth and poverty coexist, often side by side, creating a landscape of stark disparities. Nowhere is this more evident than in the chasm that exists between the ultra-wealthy and the rest of us. This divide is not just a matter of numbers, it's a matter of lived experiences, opportunities, and the very essence of daily life. Consider this, that the richest 1% of the world's population owns more than half of the planet's wealth. This concentration of wealth in the hands of a few has profound implications for society as a whole. Let that sink in for a moment. Imagine the power, influence, and control that comes with such immense wealth. It's a reality that shapes policies, economies, and even the future of our planet. This staggering statistic lays bare the stark reality of global wealth inequality. It's a divide that is growing wider with each passing year, fueled by economic systems that favor the rich and powerful. While billionaires soar to unimaginable heights of fortune, a vast majority struggle to make ends meet. The contrast is not just in wealth, but in the quality of life, access to opportunities, and the ability to dream of a better future. It's a tale of two realities, a world divided. On one side, there are those who live in opulence, their lives filled with luxury and comfort. On the other, there are those who face daily hardships, their lives marked by struggle and deprivation. This disparity in wealth is not just a number, it shapes lives, opportunities, and destinies. It determines who gets to go to school, who has access to healthcare, and who can afford to dream of a better future. For the billions at the bottom of the pyramid, daily existence is a constant struggle for survival. They face challenges that the wealthy can scarcely imagine, from finding clean water to securing a safe place to sleep. Basic necessities like food, shelter, and healthcare are often out of reach. The struggle for these essentials defines their lives, leaving little room for anything else. Education, that ladder to a better life, remains a distant dream. For many, the opportunity to learn and grow is a luxury they cannot afford, perpetuating the cycle of poverty. Yet, on the other end of the spectrum, a select few live in a world of unimaginable luxury, their every whim catered to. They have access to the best of everything, from education to healthcare, from security to leisure. This essay delves into the often overlooked side of extreme wealth. It's not just about the glitz and glamour, but about the human experience of living with such immense resources. We'll go beyond the glitz and glamour, the private jets and sprawling mansions. We'll explore the lives of the ultra-wealthy, their challenges, their pressures, and the moral dilemmas they face. Our focus will be on the human experience of being a billionaire, the unique challenges, pressures, and moral dilemmas that come with such immense wealth. It's a life that, while filled with luxury, is not without its own set of problems. We will explore how the weight of billions can be both a blessing and a burden, shaping perceptions, relationships, and ultimately the meaning of life itself. The isolation, the pressure to maintain wealth, and the moral questions about the use of such resources are all part of this complex narrative. Throughout history, wealth has always been a double-edged sword. It brings power and influence, but also responsibility and scrutiny. The modern billionaire faces a world that is more connected and more critical than ever before. As the gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen, the voices calling for change grow louder. There is a growing movement demanding a more equitable distribution of wealth, fair wages, and better living conditions for all. In response, some of the wealthy are stepping up, using their resources to make a difference. Philanthropy, social entrepreneurship, and community initiatives are ways in which they are trying to bridge the gap and create a more just world. But the question remains, is it enough? Can the actions of a few wealthy individuals truly address these systemic issues that perpetuate inequality, or is a more fundamental change needed in the way our societies and economies are structured? The answers are complex and multifaceted. It will take a collective effort involving governments, businesses, and individuals to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. As we delve deeper into this essay, we will explore these questions and more. We will look at the potential for change, the power of collective action, and the hope for a future where wealth is not a dividing line, but a shared resource for the betterment of all. Join us on this journey as we navigate the complexities of wealth inequality and the human spirit. Together, we can envision a world that is not divided but united in the pursuit of a better tomorrow. Imagine living in a world where every material desire can be fulfilled with a snap of your fingers. Sounds idyllic, doesn't it? The allure of such a life is undeniable. The ability to buy anything you want, travel anywhere you wish, and experience the finest things life has to offer is a dream many aspire to. But what lies beneath this glittering surface? But what if this world came at a cost, the cost of genuine connection, of shared experiences, of the simple joys of anonymity? Imagine not being able to walk down the street without being recognized, or having every interaction tinged with the suspicion that it's your wealth, not your personality, that people are drawn to. The simple pleasure of blending into a crowd, of being just another face, is lost. This is the paradox of extreme wealth. On one hand, it offers unparalleled opportunities and experiences. On the other, it can create an invisible barrier, separating the wealthy from the rest of society. The more wealth one accumulates, the more isolated they can become, trapped in a gilded cage of their own making. Billionaires, despite being surrounded by people, assistants, staff, advisors, often find themselves profoundly isolated. These individuals, who seem to have it all, frequently grapple with a deep sense of loneliness. The people around them are often there because of their wealth, not because of who they are as individuals. Their wealth, while opening doors to exclusive circles and experiences, can also act as a barrier. Exclusive clubs, private jets, and luxurious yachts become their playgrounds, but these spaces can also become their prisons. The more exclusive the circle, the fewer the genuine connections. It becomes difficult to discern genuine relationships from those motivated by self-interest. Every handshake, every smile, every friendly gesture is scrutinized. Is this person truly interested in me, or are they after my money? This constant questioning can erode trust and make it nearly impossible to form authentic relationships. The fear of being loved for their money, rather than who they are, creates a wall of distrust, making it challenging to form deep, meaningful connections. This wall, though invisible, is impenetrable. It keeps people at a distance, ensuring that the wealthy remain isolated even in a crowd. This isolation can be further exacerbated by the demands of their wealth. The responsibilities that come with managing vast fortunes are immense. The pressure to maintain and grow their wealth can be overwhelming, leaving little room for personal time or relationships. The constant need to manage their vast empires, make high-stakes decisions, and navigate the complexities of their financial holdings can leave them with little time or energy for personal relationships. The demands of their business can consume their lives, leaving them feeling like they are always on call, always needed, but never truly connected. The result? A profound sense of loneliness, a feeling of being alone at the top, despite being surrounded by people. This loneliness is a heavy burden, one that is often hidden behind a facade of success and opulence. The world sees their wealth, their power, their influence, but rarely sees the isolation that comes with it. In the end, the price of extreme wealth is not just measured in dollars and cents, but in the human connections that are lost along the way. Imagine every aspect of your life, your business dealings, your personal relationships, even your daily routine, being subject to intense public scrutiny. Every moment, every decision, every interaction is under the microscope, analyzed and critiqued by the public eye. Every misstep, every perceived flaw, amplified and dissected by the media. The smallest error can become a headline, a minor slip-up can be blown out of proportion, and a private moment can be turned into public spectacle. This is the reality for billionaires. They live their lives in a perpetual spotlight, their every move watched and analyzed. Their successes are celebrated, but their failures are magnified. The pressure to always be perfect, to never falter, is immense. This constant scrutiny can be incredibly intrusive and stressful. It's not just about being in the public eye, it's about the relentless nature of the attention. There's no escape, no moment of peace. The stress can be overwhelming, leading to anxiety and burnout. It erodes privacy and makes it difficult to relax and be oneself. Even in the supposed safety of their own homes, the fear of being watched, of being judged, lingers. The constant need to be on guard to protect one's image can be exhausting. The fear of saying or doing the wrong thing, of being misconstrued or taken out of context, can lead to self-censorship and a reluctance to express oneself freely. This can stifle creativity and innovation as the fear of backlash overshadows the desire to take risks. The pressure to maintain a certain image, to live up to the expectations that come with their wealth, can also be immense. They are expected to look a certain way, to behave in a certain manner, to uphold a certain standard. This can be a heavy burden to bear. Billionaires are often held to a different standard, their actions judged more harshly than those of the average person. Their wealth and status make them targets for criticism, and their mistakes are less easily forgiven. The double standard can be frustrating and demoralizing. This constant pressure to perform, to be seen as successful and flawless, can take a toll on their mental and emotional well-being. The weight of expectations, the fear of failure, the relentless scrutiny, it can all become too much to bear. The toll on their mental health can be significant, leading to issues such as depression, anxiety, and even burnout. The facade of perfection can be a heavy mask to wear, and the cracks can start to show over time. The human cost of living under such intense scrutiny is often overlooked, but it is very real and very profound.